An abundant growing supply of low-cost energy is essential to prosperity. Petroleum is a past peak, declining energy source with escalating price. In his 2006 State of the Union address, George Bush said, "We have a serious problem. America is addicted to oil, which is often imported from unstable parts of the world. Addiction is a compulsive craving condition characterized by dependence on substances that progressively destroy the addict." Assume for a moment that the scientists are right and that petroleum price will keep rising rapidly as supply declines and global demand continues to increase. What will the 21st century be like? Will society collapse, or are we intelligent enough to break our bad oil addiction and rediscover abundant energy in harmony with nature? We must eventually stop burning petroleum. When and how will we do it? The sooner we start, the less traumatic it will be for our children and our grandchildren. Think about this for a while. 100 years before man walked on the moon, the fastest form of human transportation was the horse. Humanity is capable of radical scientific innovations in only 1 decade. Electric cars were invented in the 1830s. 70 years before man walked on the moon, electric cars held the 1899 land speed record of an impressive 68 miles per hour. Electric cars became popular, but were limited by battery technology. The 1896 power grid at Niagara Falls enabled a new generation of clean, extremely efficient electric trolley cars and rubber tire buses. Transportation electrification. Think about railroads. American rail and airlines are unsustainable trends. After World War II, France rebuilt efficient all-electric railroads. France, Japan, and Spain's electric railroads are models of reliable, high-speed, profitable, modern transportation. Consider battery storage energy density improvements over the years. Since the 1800s, battery storage capacity has increased significantly per unit of mass and unit of volume. From lead-acid batteries to nickel-cadmium to nickel metal hydride, lithium-ion polymer, and the latest lithium-ion superpolymer from Electrovaya. The U.S. Energy Independence and Security Act of 2007 provides funds for transportation electrification, including large rebates for plug-in rechargeable electric cars like the ones on this page. In the lower left corner, the new Tesla Motors Roadster goes 250 miles on a charge. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in only 4 elapsed seconds. That's faster than $500,000 European sports cars. It has a governor that limits its top speed to only 130 miles an hour. With plug-in rechargeable electric vehicles, we can drive for free on clean photovoltaic sunshine from our rooftop, plus innovative battery technology. This chart shows the cost savings to drive an electric car. If you drive an electric car 100,000 miles versus a gasoline car, you'll save $6,000 on fuel. Let's talk briefly about biofuels. Politicians are falling all over themselves trying to subsidize biofuels. This is one of the most foolish things that America has ever done in energy policy. Consider the number of cars powered per acre of solar energy for biofuels versus superior alternatives. Biofuels are simply not a viable solution. You can read about the details in the biofuel article on wikipedia.org. Now let's consider the future of hydrogen-powered cars. The General Motors Highwire is on display at the Epcot Center Future World. It is a working hydrogen fuel cell concept car. It has none of the parts that are found in internal combustion engines. General Motors has recently put 100 hydrogen fuel cell SUVs in the hands of customers for evaluation testing. They go 0 to 60 in 12 seconds, 100 miles an hour, and 150 miles per fill-up with 3 carbon fiber fuel tanks. They use electric motors, regenerative braking. When you step on the brakes, it recharges the batteries. Los Angeles, New York, and Washington, D.C. metropolitan areas already have hydrogen fuel stations. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the entire universe. Hydrogen sent men to the moon. Hydrogen lifts the space shuttle into orbit. Hydrogen will power Moon, Mars, and beyond. Free sunshine can be used to extract clean hydrogen from H2O water. There are several technologies that do it today, and they will only become more efficient in the future. Let's talk about the wacko factor. Einstein said, "The thinking that created today's problems is insufficient to solve them." When business as usual, status quo, is failing and you seek a superior alternative, the radical revolution that you desperately need the most will at first sound wacko if you use the same evaluation criteria that created the problem in the first place. Desperate people who are stuck in a rut need to learn to think outside the petroleum box. Most have atrophied creative problem-solving abilities. Here's a creativity assignment. Design the world's largest airplane for worldwide transoceanic transport of people and cargo. It must be much faster than cars, trucks, trains, and ships. Let's add the constraint that it can never require fuel. No consumables, no emissions. Fuel is 80% of air operation cost today. Let's get rid of that. Robert D. Hunt of Hunt Aviation has already patented his wacko zero-fuel gravity-powered airplane. You can watch a video of it on YouTube. It uses lighter-than-air lift from safe helium. Wind turbines mounted at the center of the wing compress the helium, making it a heavier-than-air glider. The movable wings cause it to move forward as it's descending. During descent, energy is stored as compressed air. It's slower than a jet plane, but faster than trucks, trains, and cargo ships. It can provide worldwide transoceanic transportation of cargo and people. It can rise to high altitude and ride the jet streams, hundreds of miles an hour. It could be used to deliver food to the world at very low cost. It can provide endless flight with no fuel required, ever. It can take off and land anywhere without a runway. We could have built this plane with 50-year-old technology. Imagine huge photovoltaic aircraft. They could replace many functions of higher-cost satellites and have more agile, flexible mobility. There's no need for fuel tanks. They're powered by the sun. The NASA photovoltaic Helios, shown here, is the world record altitude holder for non-rocket aircraft. It can fly endlessly with free sunlight for fuel. It was a 2001 reality. It's really not so wacko. Petroleum is a dead-end dirt road to disaster. Clearly, oil will not be available much longer. Oil is badly damaging our environment today. We can ignore the predictable or take immediate action for our grandchildren. The sooner we take action, the better. The United States of America imports over 2/3 of our petroleum. We are only 4.5% of world population, but we waste 25% of the world's oil and emit 25% of the world's air pollution. Suppose our oil imports are terminated. Would America suddenly come to an end? No. We would do what we should have been doing since the 1973 OPEC oil crisis. Solar energy will cost far less. Profits will increase. We will become more competitive in the world marketplace. We will never have to fight oil-related wars. More money will be available for health care, education, and jobs in a growing, prosperous economy. Our abundant energy future is about to rise.